Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. A wrestling veteran addressed a controversial segment that happened on WWE Raw last Monday. He claimed it proved that a huge superstar was being legitimately punished. Last week on Raw, Io Sky beat Rhea Ripley to win the Women's World title after the Eradicator was distracted by the #1 contender Bianca Belair. On the last episode of the Red Brand, Sky headed to the ring for an interview with Michael Cole. The EST of WWE also joined the newly crowned champion in the squared circle before Ripley interrupted them. As the Eradicator and Belair had a face-off and a war of words, they both p-faced Sky when she tried to interfere. The latter responded by slapping the two superstars before leaving the ring angrily. On the Coach and Bro show, former head writer for the promotion Vince Russo reacted to the segment. The wrestling veteran claimed the segment proved that WWE, creatively led by Chief Content Officer Triple H, was punishing Ripley for potentially getting on the wrong side of someone backstage or opposing a creative idea. Rhea Ripley's path to WrestleMania 41 seemed to be defending the Women's World Championship against Bianca Belair. However, the Eradicator now has no clear road to this year's show of shows after losing the title to Io Sky. Speaking on Raw Recap, WWE analyst Sam Roberts pointed out that he currently cannot see a path for Ripley to the showcase of the Immortals. He claimed interrupting promos would not get the former Women's World Champion into the title match between Sky and Belair. In the world of professional wrestling, few figures command the respect and attention that Triple H does. As both a performer and a backstage power broker, his influence stretches across all corners of the WWE universe. In recent weeks, a new narrative has emerged. Triple H is genuinely punishing a huge WWE superstar, and it's all playing out on live television for fans to see. A Raw segment has been pointed to by a veteran within the wrestling industry as a clear example of this shift in power dynamics. But what exactly is going on behind the scenes? Is Triple H, in his new role as WWE's Chief Content Officer, utilizing his influence to send a message to one of the company's biggest stars? Let's dive deeper into this situation and dissect why the veteran's observations hold weight and how this could potentially affect the WWE landscape moving forward. Triple H, or Paul Levesque, is one of WWE's most decorated performers, having made a name for himself in the ring and on the microphone for decades. From his early days as Hunter Hearst Helmsley to his iconic time as The Game, Triple H cemented himself as one of the most prominent figures in WWE history. His career saw multiple high-profile storylines, championship wins, and legendary feuds, including battles with the likes of The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Shawn Michaels, and The Undertaker. But in recent years, Triple H has transitioned from being a full-time wrestler to a key figure behind the scenes. When Vince McMahon stepped down from his leadership position in WWE, many speculated about who would take the reins. Triple H, who had been overseeing WWE's developmental territory, NXT, for years, was appointed as the company's Chief Content Officer. This marked a new chapter for the company and for Triple H's career. His influence over the company's creative direction and its talent roster grew significantly, and fans began to wonder how his decisions would impact the product. However, with great power comes great responsibility and some difficult decisions. The latest buzz in the WWE universe revolves around a Raw segment where a huge WWE superstar, often cited as a major player for the company, appeared to be on the receiving end of some harsh treatment. This segment left fans puzzled and prompted veteran analysts and insiders to speak out. The incident in question involved a high-profile talent, a superstar with a massive following, recent championship aspirations, and a story arc that seemed destined for success. But instead of continuing their upward trajectory, this wrestler found themselves caught in what appeared to be a public setback. In the segment, the superstar was subjected to a humiliating loss, an awkward interaction with other top-tier performers, and a storyline that seemed to stall their momentum. While some fans chalked it up to another typical wrestling storyline, others saw a more significant underlying message. The veteran in question suggested that Triple H, in his new executive role, might be using this as a teaching moment, a way to send a signal to the superstar and possibly others that the path to the top is not always guaranteed, no matter the level of stardom. Triple H's reputation for being a no-nonsense figure behind the scenes is well known. He has worked with countless superstars in NXT, often taking a hands-on approach to developing talent and nurturing them into main roster stars. But as much as Triple H has been seen as a mentor to many up-and-coming wrestlers, he is also known for his competitive nature and his drive for perfection. There are numerous stories from his time as a wrestler and backstage figure that showcase his willingness to challenge others, pushing them to be their best, or punishing them when they fall short. It's this tough love mentality that some believe could be at play with the current situation. By publicly humiliating a top superstar, Triple H could be trying to remind them that in WWE there are no guarantees. The business is unpredictable, and no one is immune to setbacks, regardless of their size, popularity, or past success. A segment like the one on Raw could be seen as a test, a way to keep the superstar grounded and remind them that the top spot is earned, not given. This approach, while perhaps jarring to some fans, is not new in the world of WWE. Legends like Vince McMahon have been known for pushing superstars to the limit, even at the expense of their on-screen personas. The idea is simple. To make it in WWE, a superstar has to prove themselves constantly. The road to the top is paved with challenges, and not everyone is capable of handling the pressure. If this theory holds any truth, it begs the question, what does this mean for the future of the superstar involved? The answer is not straightforward. On the one hand, the public punishment could be a temporary setback that fuels the wrestler's rise to prominence in the future. In WWE, losses, humiliation, and setbacks are often used as storytelling tools that eventually lead to a major comeback. It's possible that Triple H's punishment is part of a larger storyline arc, one that will see the superstar overcome adversity, prove their worth, and eventually emerge as a stronger and more well-rounded performer. On the other hand, if the punishment is perceived as a sign of disfavor from Triple H, the superstar could face a more complicated road ahead. WWE is a cutthroat business, and career momentum can be difficult to regain once it's lost. If Triple H's decision is truly a punitive measure, the superstar could find themselves relegated to the midcard, their future title opportunities dimming in the process. One thing is clear. Triple H's actions, whether intentionally or unintentionally, will have a significant impact on this superstar's career trajectory. If the veteran's analysis is correct, the message sent during that Raw segment could resonate for months or even years down the line. As WWE continues to evolve under Triple H's leadership, it's clear that the company is moving in a direction that prioritizes both creativity and tough discipline. If Triple H is indeed using his backstage power to send a message to certain superstars, it is just another example of how he is reshaping the company in his image. His approach is rooted in the tough lessons learned over decades of being at the top of the wrestling world, and it is his way of ensuring that only the most committed and capable performers can succeed in WWE. Whether this particular situation is a clear-cut example of punishment or simply a storyline twist remains to be seen. However, one thing is certain, Triple H is in charge, and the world of WWE is in for a wild ride. The Raw segment may have raised eyebrows, but it's also a reminder that in the world of professional wrestling, nothing is ever quite as it seems.